All right, we're back. HSC Podcast 156. This is the weekly movie review. Just finish up the sports segment. So now we've got two actors we're gonna movie review. Uh the second one being Michael Madsen. So before we get into movie reviews, we just gotta say rest in peace, Michael Madsen. Incredible actor. Talked about that earlier in the podcast, but man, God, I hate to see that. He was so good. He was really great. But our first, which was last week's movie review, we're going with Sean Penn Movies. And start with the big smooth here, Derek. Your first movie here, Colors. So give us the breakdown.
Well, I went with something um, that doesn't get talked about a lot because it's one of his older movies. It's one of his first movies. But to me, it's such a good movie because it was from, what's it, 1988, but it's basically about today still. And it's um, Sean Penn goes with Robert Duvall as two cops in South Central, dealing with the neighborhoods in there. And Robert Duvall is the aging veteran who's, been around and has actually kind of got this rapport with the neighborhoods. And he's trying to teach Sean Penn about what to do. And of course, it kind of goes wrong. But I love it because it was directed by Dennis Hopper. So that wasn't also interesting. That was like the only thing Dennis Hopper really directed. And I just like the whole dynamic because of Sean Penn being like the cocky cop who's like, I'm gonna go in and bust some ass. And you have Robert Duvall's like, hey, okay, let's just, chill out here for a second. And the whole dynamic and how everything starts to switch. And then at the very end, it's kind of like a switch where then Sean Penn is the older veteran of the area. So for me, that's why I picked Colors because I just like the dynamic of it. And it was a young Sean Penn and not like everyone thinks Spicoli. The other one I wanted to think about was Casualties of War, which was an also younger Penn. But for me, Colors, plus it had, Ice-T. Ice-T song Colors. So you got to go. That one's good.
There's so much in Colors. It's such a good movie. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. Um, I love Robert Duvall in the movie because he is that like relaxed, like, hey man, remember it's the joke, right? About the bulls, the young bull and the old bull. The young bull says, "Hey dad, let's run down there and screw all those calves or all those cows." Or one of those, and Robert Duvall tells him, he's like, the joke is, no, let's walk down and screw them all. It's one of the best parts of the movie. It's one of the best jokes, and he tells it later because remember, when Sean Penn becomes then the older guy and tells
Right.
the joke to the newer guy that Robert Duvall told him. But you've got so many good people in the movie. It's very accurate, I think, to what was happening down there in LA when you had that big, Bloods and Crips and the what's the Mexican gang called? The I don't remember what they called the Mexican gang, but they had three of them going at the time, right? It's a very good movie. I think it's very accurate. I think they did a good job with it, and I think Dennis Hopper was the right guy, and he directed it well. A couple of those scenes, and you had what's his name? Was it a Wayans guy who was in the jail?
Damon.
David Wayans, right? That was pretty awesome too. So I really like that movie. It's one of my favorites. I think Sean Penn did a great job of playing a hothead, and Robert Duvall plays a great job of being like the old guy that knows what's happening. What do you think, Wes?
Been a while since I've seen the movie. When I watched it, I was like, I forgot about Dennis Hopper directed it. Yeah, Robert Duvall is one of my favorite actors because he's always the guy that's he's not the star, but he's kind of the foundation of almost every movie. He's just you know, Sean Penn. I mean, I picked Sean. I think I was the one that picked Sean Penn about. I was like, well, I
Yeah,
haven't watched a lot of Sean Penn movies. Like, I really haven't, and
it
it's
was a
just
good pick.
it's. I haven't. I saw the movie like when I was a kid. I was like, I don't even remember it, but the whole idea of you know the gangs, how bad it was. Of course, it's still bad, but back then it was hardcore.
Yeah.
Like it was you know like how it was like when we went to school, like we couldn't even wear certain colors. I went to school, I was like, oh, I wore red. They're like, you can't wear that. I go, why? Like it's I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like um yeah, it's just and it's crazy that Dennis Hopper directed the movie. I mean, has he ever even directed another movie?
I
Is
don't
that
think
the
so.
only huh?
I don't think so. Or unless he directed nothing that was.
It might have been. But also, dude,
And
Don Cheadle playing Rocket. Come on, dude. That was great too.
I guess he directed 10 things. With, mm. Well, he directed Easy Rider before it, so that was a big one. And Out of the Blue and Colors, and then some like nothing really. Colors was his last big movie.
Oh yeah, Easy Rider. 19 years after Easy Rider.
oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's a long time.
Now,
Sean Penn was so young in the movie too.
yeah. You look at him then and look at him now, like, fuck,
Yeah.
you didn't age too well, did you?
A lot of drinking and partying.
I
Well,
guess so.
I think he did a really good job. I mean, maybe he was a hothead, like in reality, but he played the part really well.
Well, he dated Madonna, dude.
And he did any domestic violence, abused her too. And
What? He
yeah.
did?
Oh yeah, that was a big thing back then.
How could you abuse a Madonna? I let Madonna abuse me. Jesus Christ.
I would let Madonna abuse me too.
When I was a kid,
Wait,
oh,
is
dude, like a
that
prayer did. I was like,
is
I,
that
dude, I feel
Mario
very dirty
Lopez?
watching this video.
Yeah, Mario Lopez is in Colors.
Mario Lopez?
Yeah.
All right. Great movie though. That was a good pick.
Computer's
All
broken.
right, so we'll go to next Sean Penn movie, and I picked Gangster Squad. So this is my movie, and I'll tell you, Josh Brolin, Ryan Gosling, Nick Nolte, Emma Stone. I mean, Giovanni Ribisi. Like this was Michael Pena, Sean Penn. Like this was insane. How many people were first in the movie? And I thought that I'd seen this movie before, but I once I started watching it, I kind of didn't even remember it. And it was one of the most intense movies I've seen in a long time. It was so brutal in different parts of the movie where you're looking at these cops that were going after Sean Penn, who was Mickey Cohen, as trying to bring the mob to LA. but then the cops, Nick Nolte, let Josh Brolin take over a team called the Gangster Squad to go out and just like hammer these guys. And this is kind of based on a true story too, right? Because LA did not want the mob coming to LA. And so there was a lot that happened in this movie, but Josh Brolin, I mean, I know we're talking about Sean Penn here, but man, Josh Brolin just killed this role. You believed it, like he did it. He looked like a guy who just came back from World War II, Sergeant John O'Mara, whatever his name was. And it was a great movie. I actually really love this movie. It has that old feel of, 1950s or whatever. They did a very good job with the cinematography and making you feel like you were in that time period as well. So I really love that part about the movie. But mostly, Sean Penn just really killed this part. Like you really believed he was Mickey Cohen. He was a boxer. He was a then became a mob guy trying to take over LA. So
Yeah.
it was a great movie. I loved it. I can't say enough about this movie. It was so intense, and if you got to watch it if you haven't seen it. So what did you guys think of it?
Well, based on a true story is very loosely interpreted on this. Josh Brolin's character is real in real life, but he had retired before Mickey Cohen had been arrested. And Mickey Cohen was arrested for tax evasion, like so.
Not
And that
murder,
they kind of go into that in LA Confidential. They talk about that.
right?
But like for pure entertainment value and like just the cool era and everything, it's a good movie. I will say I don't think Ryan Gosling was the right part for that movie, though.
Probably the only one that I didn't really enjoy, right, playing their part.
Right. And I do like Ryan Gosling,
No, he's
but
great,
for that movie, I was not really. He
right?
was, and I mean, I get it. You get him and Emma Stone for the second time of three. But yeah, well, Sean Penn was amazing as Mickey Cohen, and he was just so brutal. Uh,
Well, and Anthony Mackie, dude,
yeah. And
that what a great part he played.
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, yeah, I liked Anthony Mackie. I like Robert Patrick. I like Nick Nolte a lot. I think Nick Nolte did a great job.
Well, his Nick Nolte did Mulholland Drive, which was also based on this,
Right.
where he was basically the Josh Brolin character. So it's kind of
He's
like,
just reliving his past.
yeah.
Wes, what do you got? You got anything on it?
Yeah, I never watched the movie till a few days ago. It's like
This first time you saw it?
I totally not never watched it. Um, yeah, the whole I agree with the Ryan Gosling thing, of course. We have to put Ryan Gosling in a movie.
The
But
Notebook.
yeah, it's like okay, he did the Notebook, so we have to put him in every movie. He's a gang. Yeah, it's like, but I think I watch a lot of Josh Brolin videos online about he talks about acting and just as far as like the celebrity versus the actor, and this is an actor's movie. It's just um, I can't believe that it was on a blacklist. Did you hear about that? Yeah,
No.
they weren't going to make it because of all the inside, like they're like, no, we're not going to make this movie. They finally produced it. Then it got delayed again for like, because of the Aurora shootings, which I thought that was weird.
Well, it's because it had a movie theater shooting scene in the
Right.
movie, and they had to reshoot it to get that scene out.
Yeah. But overall, the cast is amazing. It's funny just watching Nick Nolte. Like when we were watching him when he was a kid, when we were kids, like, geez, like, you know, just he's a really underrated actor, you know. Um, so yeah, I liked it. It's
I
just
did think Emma Stone did a good job.
yeah.
I thought she played a pretty good role. It it's interesting to see like Michael Pena that far back too.
You know what's crazy? It wasn't a very long movie. So I'm like watching, I'm like, dude, this is like a short movie. This is not like a three. This is like it was only
Well,
like
you're the
73
only one,
minutes.
dude. Wes, you're
73
the only
minutes.
one that picks 3 hour movies, dude.
Dude, stop. Stop with the freaking 73 minutes, the movie is.
Dude, it's good though. It's worth the watch, actually. I thought I had seen this movie before until I started watching it, and then I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I've seen this. So it was it was good. But that's interesting that it hit the blacklist. It's a very star-studded cast, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people in the movie.
Well, and then like Mickey's hitman Holt McErney, I can't pronounce the name, but he's from like the TV show Mindhunter, and he's
Right.
done a bunch of stuff. And
I thought it was a good. I thought the plot was well done, though, too, with the way that they were trying to, move the mob west.
yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool. So, I mean, it was definitely worth a watch. Like, I wasn't disappointed in it. All right. Well, next Sean Penn movie, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, this is more of a Al Pacino movie.
well, I mean,
We-
he's Sean Penn is supporting in this, kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's supporting a gangster squad too.
Yeah.
So.
Again, he's in a gangster movie. And he does play the lawyer, the best friend there. So
Well, what I like about the three we picked, you got him as a cop, a gangster, and
right.
a lawyer.
That's what I thought was funny. Like I was actually just thinking about that. I was like, and they're all kind of similar though, as far as like the plots in a way.
Yeah.
But Sean Penn's playing a different part in all of them.
Well, yeah, because
So
in Carlito's way, he's totally not a
Oh,
badass at all.
dude.
right, no, he's not. But
Dude, why did they even pick that movie, dude?
well,
Like,
that's
dude,
it.
that was dude.
It's
Him
your
and
movie,
Carlito's
Wes.
way. You
Give
want to see
us the
some acting?
synopsis.
That
Give
is
us
some acting,
give us the synopsis.
dude.
Carlito's way.
Oh, jeez, dude. Carlito, Pachinga, dude. It, yeah, it's my dad's favorite movie too. He's just telling it how much he loves the movie. No, it's the guy that is gets out of prison and he's like needs to make it's like gets gonna run a club and he wants to do it legit and he wants to get his money and get out and start a used car rental business in Miami, which is bizarre. But still, he's like, I don't want this type of life. He meets a girl that's a dancer, falls in love, and his freaking lawyer gets in trouble, which is Sean Penn, and it just goes south. And he just can't get out. It's like one of those like, meets all his old guys, he's a legend in the neighborhood, like and he wants a legitimate life. And Sean Penn just screws him up, dude.
What do you think about how Sean Penn played this role?
Dude, to a T. That it shows how good of an actor he is.
Right. I thought so too.
Yeah, just such a because sometimes you watch him, he's like, yeah, he's kind of playing himself. No, he went outside himself. The hair, the
The hair is so bad.
Just a weasel, dude. Just such a weasel in that movie.
Dude, the hair, though, come on.
And I love it when Pacino's like, "What's wrong with you, dude?" He's like, "What happened to you?" And when they're on the boat, like every
Dude.
time I see the boat scene, I'm like, "Don't do it,
Dude,
don't do it."
that
Don't
boat scene is so brutal. And you're like, because it's Sean Penn is not gangster in the movie, but that scene, you're like, dude, you're just losing your mind. And like, he just is beating him so bad in the water.
And I love it how Carlito's he just tries to like sympathize, like, yeah, you saved me. But you know what? He's like, we're even now. like he just off the dude. He's like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it was it's an interesting movie, and Sean Penn plays a good role. Very outside of his box. And but his dying scene is pretty crazy too.
Yeah,
At the elevator.
yeah. And you knew it was happening.
Well,
No,
because you think it's coming from the other way though,
yeah.
right? And then the elevator opens and then he gets stabbed.
Jenga.
Pachinga. Pachinga. I love his
Jenga's like
friend.
the
I love his
worst
friend that was
friend
like
ever.
had the wire.
Oh, dude.
Remember he pulls up the wire. He's like, "Woo," and Pachanga's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "This guy," and Pachanga's like, "Gotta kill him." He's like, "Don't kill him, dude," because Pachanga didn't care. He's like, "Whatever Carlito said, Pachanga's gonna do."
Not at the end though.
Dude,
Oh,
you can't tell me, dude. John
oh
Leguizamo, dude.
God!
Come on.
But that's where he screwed up.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
screwed up. He said, "You know what? He's just like me." He's like, "Hey man, I want to show you respect, man." And he's like, I was bigger than you. Don't tell me that you're this,
Right.
you're that. You weren't me." And he should have showed him more respect.
Because he's determined.
Yeah, he has
Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Benny Blanco.
First time I watched it, man, I was like, that sucks.
What's
Such a sad ending.
it was a kind of a crazy ending though too,
Yeah.
right?
It should be required viewing in school. The way
Yeah.
schools are going now, everybody should watch that.
Well, and you know what's funny is I know it's The Godfather. I think was it part 2 or part 3, but the whole every time I think I'm out, they just pull me back in.
That's what it is. I was
it-
about to say that because that's what happened. He's like, all he wanted to do was get out. He's doing
Right.
everything right. He's like, I run a club. He ran it to a T except the Billy Blanco part. Remember? He's outside. He's like, should I whack him? Botega's like, should I whack him? He probably should have.
Yeah.
He would have been alive.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
Don't trust the upstart young gangsters.
Right.
I mean, how many movies have we seen where you disrespect the young gangster and at the end he comes and kills you?
Yeah. Because they're trying to get up, right? They're trying to get their
Street cred.
street cred. Right. I did like John Leguizamo in the movie though. I thought he did great.
yeah, dude. And you every time I watch it, when he's like, "Hey man, I just want to show you," like that whole part, you're just like, dude, just take it back a couple notches. You got to understand, dude. Yeah, he's next in line, dude.
But you know what's crazy? Why does Viggo Mortensen pop up in every movie?
Man, you don't even realize he was
You
in
don't
them.
even realize, dude, he's just everywhere. This dude is everywhere.
But that was so. Think about it. That was a lot of years ago.
It's so, dude, what
He
was
was
this movie?
young. Super
1990,
young.
93?
93.
Yeah.
Then one was Young Gun. Yeah, well, Young Guns.
Young Guns was,
2.
yeah, 80, what?
Wasn't that 90?
Or maybe 90, maybe 89, 90?
Because I thought Young Guns was like 88, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, it'd been early 90, maybe
Yeah, 90.
90.
So 90.
Right. This dude's just popping up everywhere.
Well, and that's the thing
And then he's Aragorn.
yeah, off the topic, it's like, that's the thing with sometimes with acting, you just have to do a bunch of small roles until you actually get big.
Right.
That's what it is. It's a long process.
Like we're talking about next, Mr. Michael Madsen, right?
Madsen.
Madsen.
I know, isn't that hard? I did it too. How did my computer work?
I pulled him up on Plex. 61 movies.
Jesus.
And that's not all he's been in. That's just what Plex has. He has 100 movie credits. But just on Plex, he has 61 under his name. So we definitely have to, pay a little tribute here. And it's crazy because we just did Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
But
like,
let's I mean, I'm gonna start off here because mine was the first one that had to be in there is Donnie Brasco.
no, jeez.
Look, Donnie Brasco is one of my favorite movies. He does such a good job, but you've got Johnny Depp, you got Al Pacino, but you got Michael Madsen playing Sonny Black. What I really like about this movie is when you see the transition and how well Johnny Depp plays the undercover FBI agent becoming part of the mob, and then you see him becoming part of the mob, and it's really like difficult to watch the way he like then starts treating his wife and really kind of falls into that mob mentality. But you get this like I don't know, a heartfelt feeling for Lefty Al Pacino, right? And now you're kind of sad at the end when it all goes down. But there's a thing about Michael Madsen, how he plays the Sonny Blackie, how he plays the actual gangster, how he plays the mob guy. It's so believable. Like that's how you would believe that a guy not only just moving up, but just a guy from New York, a guy from the borough would play the part. And I think that's lost sometimes in Madsen's acting career, like how well he does it. The movie itself is so great because they go from New York to Miami back to New York, and you've got the who might be a snitch and who might not, and then they kill the Sunny Red, and man, it's such a good movie. And I hate to call this a Madsen movie because Johnny Depp just kills his role too. He's so good.
It's just stupid.
It's worth watching. And anybody who's listening, if you haven't seen Donnie Brasco, it's one of the best movies you'll ever watch. So that's my take on it. And I love Matt's in this movie, but you can't take anything away from Johnny Depp. It was one of his best performances. What are you guys' thoughts?
Well, it sucks also is if it was released in early 1997. I would have released it later, and so it didn't have to go up against all those movies in 1997.
Oh, it's
Dude,
tough.
in 1998, it would have been up for Best Picture. Dude, it would have.
It was
Shakespeare
good.
of Love wins? Like, come on, dude. Like, this movie is so freaking good. And we talk about Michael Madsen. Remember like the club scene where we're gonna go down and Donnie's like, oh, and they do all this stuff and then they just get screwed by the cops.
Right.
And they're in jail and
They get raided.
Michael Madsen's like, dude, you're an idiot, dude. It's like
Well,
dude.
you think when they're in the jail cell, you think he's gonna like go off, right?
Yeah,
But he doesn't. Like you think he's about to. What's the other dude's name? The one dude from Miami that Donnie vouched for.
Oh, the FBI agent.
Right,
Yeah.
the other FBI agent. Like you think that
yeah,
Madsen's about to just mess that dude up,
yeah.
but he doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah, because you think he's going to, because he's such a goober. Like, what are you
Right.
doing? You're such an idiot. But I will always go back to the airport scene. Is when like the dude recognizes
Right. And then he
Donnie. He's like, oh shoot, dude, and he keeps trying to talk to him, and
he's like, just
he beats the crap out of him.
just follow me. Just follow me. And he
Grab my
punches
nuts,
him in the
dude.
face.
That is a classic scene.
Oh, it's so good.
Totally classic. I mean, dude, you can't. They couldn't even think of making a movie that good nowadays. And Al Pacino, he played a different type of role. He's kind of like the dude, like, he's old, washed up. He's got a son that's drug addict,
Right.
and the ending is so sad because, like, dude, like, remember what he says? He's like, dude, if you are an informant, then he puts the gun to his. He's like, I'm
Right.
the biggest dumbass ever, dude.
Right.
He was like, dude, that sucks.
Well, even after they tell him he's an informant, they all three are standing outside. They're like, not Donnie.
Not Donnie. Yeah, they're all like, not Donnie. And you watch the movie and you realize, dude, this dude's such an informant. It's insane. And he's even mad. He's mad about, he's like, I love these guys. He loved them. He's like, these are good guys. Like, what am I doing? So he was conflicted the whole time, with his wife. Like his
Well, he
wife.
told her, he's like, he has to live with the fact that when they find out he's an informant, that Lefty's going to get shot.
Yeah,
And then
killed.
that's how the movie ends, right?
Yeah.
Like it ends with Al Pacino. And the crazy part is Al Pacino knows it's coming. He takes off his wallet, his jewels, and everything like that because he got called.
Yeah.
He knows the game.
Right. That's what's crazy about the whole movie is like Al Pacino plays the game. He knows the game. He understands that he's just a pawn in this game.
And that's for me, like when I first watched it, I think it's like when you get older, some movies that you used to think were awesome, like hit you differently. And this one, I'm just like, oh man, Al Pacino's character just so sad.
It is
sad.
It's so depressing.
It's so bad.
But yeah, like for Michael Madsen, and it's just most of the movies, he just has an effortlessly cool vibe about him. He's just standing there when he first gets introduced, and it's like he's just like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's just like chill, and that's how he is the whole movie. Never like, though, except the ones where he gets mad at everyone for not having any money.
Right. They're not bringing in their money.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was hilarious too.
and Al Pacino's trying to break into the
Into the it's like a meter, parking
yeah,
meter.
yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
And you can just tell Michael Madsen's like, I'm just surrounded by a bunch of idiots.
Right. Because he knew it. He's like, these guys are morons.
But also when they go to like Miami and how he's like, this is a great place. He's like, I love it down here. And you just see like how he's different, right? Like he's different than the other mobsters.
Right.
And he's the right guy to play that role. Like, but get some sun.
Yeah. And they're going down the water slides. I always cracked me up.
That's awesome. It's such a good movie though. Like, I mean, it's one of my favorites.
It's one of those movies always on TV.
Yeah.
And I have to watch it. I don't care if it's edited.
Right.
I had to rent it this time because it wasn't anywhere to watch.
Yeah, that sucks. It's complex.
For you.
Yeah, it's just might have to pay that like $6. All right. Well, great movie, Donnie Brasco, Michael Madsen killing it. it always helps. This is kind of interesting about him. Like he plays a lot of roles, but he's always playing with people that are really good actors, and I think it enhances his acting too. I don't know if you've watched any of the movies that where he's the main guy. They're not so good.
Yeah,
He's better when he's with other people,
yeah.
like good actors. He fits into the role much better. But let's move on to the next one. And so, Derek, this is your pick, Species, which I just watched today.
For the first time?
No, I mean I've seen it before.
Okay.
I just rewatched it today. I mean, obviously it came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Give us your breakdown.
Well, I picked Species because he is one of the main characters in this
Right.
movie.
Which is not often for him.
Right. And that's the thing is from 1995, a movie about an what was it? An alien.
Hybrid with a human.
It was like a DNA, like the
Right.
alien sent down a DNA, which was then like to get into the whole, like they didn't talk much about, but it was where these aliens sent this down so it could destroy the world.
Right.
But it's a alien escapes a very attractive woman, and she's trying to breed. And you have Michael Madsen plays basically a hired tracker, hitman, killer. They hire him. They hire Forrest Whitaker, who has like is an empath. And you have Alfred Molina, who's like a psychologist, and then Mark Helgenberger, who's like the scientist. So they're all going out with Ben Kingsley to find this girl. And I just love Michael Madsen in this because of just like the lines when like Ben Kingsley's like, "Oh, we made it a woman because she'd be more docile," and he's like, "Hey, you don't get out much in the world, do you?"
Right. Dude, he's got like three or four really good lines
Yeah,
like that.
and it's
Yeah.
and he's like so effortlessly cool in this, and even the alien was like, "Man, this guy's the coolest. I want to be with this guy."
Like literally falls in love with him,
Yeah, because
basically.
he's so cool. That's why I picked this movie. Because of him being like the main protagonist in this for
Right.
me.
And you don't see that a lot from him, like I just had said, right? He always plays better when he's got, more groups with him. This is probably one of the movies that you could pick out and say him being not maybe top billing, but close to top billing or top one, two, um, where he really does well on his own.
Yeah, because it's basically him and Mark Helgenberger,
Right.
and really, I mean,
But Forrest Whitaker, it's a weird movie for him, but
yeah.
um, I like the relationship that Madsen has with Whitaker. I think it's great. I think they do a really good job together, especially the end. The end part, man, with the grenade launcher to the head.
Yeah.
I mean that for me kind of like seals the deal.
Well,
But
then it's also like if you're like a single guy, like in 96 or whatever, aren't you like freaked out to be like going out and be like, oh, some hot woman's coming on to
well,
me?
because who doesn't want Natasha Henrich? Natasha Henrich, come on, dude.
I know.
Of course you do. I think Ben Kingsley did a good job. It's an actually very interesting plot too, which is what I kind of like about the movie. I'm into the sci-fi, right? I like this kind of idea, so that the movie gets me a little bit more for that reason too. Like I enjoy this kind of plot.
Yeah.
Wes, what do you got?
Well, I gotta finish the movie. I fall asleep, but I never saw the movie, so it was interesting because I never knew Michael Madsen was in. I never even seen the movie back in the day. I mean, it was in 1995. Um, yeah, it's just I gotta finish watching it. It's just it's hilarious. It's like, and then I saw the ending, but I missed the whole in between stages of the movie. So you know,
He was so tired from watching Wyatt Earp, probably.
I know. He's like,
don't
I
even
got
talk about Wyatt Earp.
I got
It's a good
16
movie, man.
hours of Wyatt Earp under my belt.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Uh, it, it is a good movie though. Um,
I got
it's
a point.
overall, it's not the best acting job. I think the plot's good. Like I enjoy the movie, I enjoy the plot. It's not, it doesn't hit on all. It's not like a like Donnie Brasco or Colors as far as the acting jobs.
Right.
But it's a great plot, and I think they put the right people in the right positions for what they'd cast, which I think that was great.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's you take it for what it is. It's a sci-fi action movie.
Right.
And for me, why I picked it is because Michael Madsen has so many great lines in that movie. And
Yeah,
it's
and he
just
does. And you don't get also many movies with him because, like what we're saying, is he's typically the second, third, fourth lead, right? This movie, he's front of cast, and so it's a big role for him. Well, the last one we got here, Wes, Wyatt Earp,
Save the best for last,
the
dude.
16-hour movie.
Sorry.
Let's hear about it. Jeez, like I don't think you've picked a movie under 2.5 hours yet.
Dude, I love the epics, dude. Remember, this is the
Carlito's Way
guy.
was under 2.5 hours.
Let me start by
20.
saying I will start about Wyatt Earp because this Kevin Costner. I remember years ago, he always loved sitting in theater for 4 hours, and he wanted to make it epic. Remember The Postman? Like that
Oh
was his
yeah.
thing.
Or
Waterworld,
Waterworld
that movie.
or
I'm like,
Robin Hood.
yeah,
Every one of those is 3
but
hours long.
Wyatt Earp is like he's like you know him. I want to make an epic. I want this, and it's like I liked him in the movie, but you can't watch a movie and that's Doc Holliday. There's only one Doc Holliday when it comes to Wyatt Earp. It's freaking Val Kilmer. That's the only thing that annoyed me about the movie. Phone's gonna die. Yeah, go ahead, Jared.
I mean, Dennis Quaid did okay.
Yeah, all right. But is that more of an accurate depiction of Doc Holliday? Is Dennis Quaid?
That's what's the funny thing about that is like you would think when Kevin Costner says it's an epic, well, it's a 3 hour long movie, that it's going to be more accurate and actually more like realistic. But actually, Tombstone was more accurate to what happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know the history about it.
But I did like Steve talked about earlier, I did like having Gene Hackman in it as the dad at the very beginning. Annabeth
Dude.
Gish, his first wife.
That's what I was going to tell you guys. I'm like, the Gene Hackman scenes are amazing.
Yes.
When you first see the movie, you're like, yeah, you screwed up, dude.
No.
You stole a hose.
When he comes,
You
gets
are
him out of
screwed.
jail, dude.
Yeah.
When he comes, gets him out of jail.
That is like the best part.
Like you feel that, right? Because then it's like he didn't come to get you out of jail to like bring you back home. He got you out of jail to say, get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't come back ever.
When he says, do you think you're the only one that's dealt with loss?
Right.
Do you think you're the only one that's felt pain? And it really hit hard. And when you saw him, remember in the bar scene, like the first when he's out on the prairie, and that dude, like, when he told him in the beginning, he's like, "You're gonna meet evil in your life.
Right.
There's only one way to handle it."
You hit first.
Yes, and that kind of changed. Like he's out in the town, and he's like in his no shoes on, and he goes out. He's like, "What's wrong with you people?" "Well, they're in there, blah blah blah." He just walks right in, drags the dude out. He's like, "Okay, it's over." He's like, "Oh, new sheriff." He's like, "Okay."
But when he throws the pool ball
Yeah.
at him in the first one, he's like, "You all saw it." He was gonna
Poor
shoot
Martin
me,
Cove.
and I took his gun.
He struck first.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. Is like, he learned that from his dad. But one of the crazy scenes in the movie, though, is when they start skinning the buffalo.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is intense because that's what they were doing. They were skinning the buffalo, leaving them on the prairie, just taking the skins.
Yeah, that was like I was telling my wife, I was like, what pisses me off the most is like how much buffalo meat was wasted.
Right.
Yeah.
All over. Because they were just shooting them. You saw them just shoot them one after another, right? Just to take the skin.
Stupid white people.
But it was super accurate, though.
It is. Yeah.
Like there were some things that weren't accurate about Wyatt Earp's life, but some things about like the way life was, they were very accurate.
Well, that's the thing with it. I think because it went in more depth with his early years before getting to Tombstone, OK Corral. But once it got to Tombstone, he kind of like took a lot of liberties.
Right.
And that's where I was like, dude, why you're doing a 3 hour long movie? Just do it. If you would have just
I did
the movie to be over.
No, it's like I wanted to see Wyatt Earp because I hadn't seen it in forever. But then I watched it and I'm like, I mean, there's good parts. Like you said, the problem is Tombstone was a better movie.
Oh yeah. It's not.
And it's always going to be compared to Tombstone.
It's not fair because they're two completely different movies.
They're a little more accurate on the OK Corral in Wyatt Earp as far as how it went down and how that they were actually the ones that were going to get arrested for it. So they were a little more accurate in that part. And I think the Dodge City part was great because you didn't get that in Tombstone. So you actually got to see Wyatt Earp in Dodge City, which I enjoyed about that movie.
But they didn't flesh out the cowboys at all.
No, I think that's probably the more accurate part of Tombstone is with the cowboys, right? You didn't have the red sashes, you didn't have them chasing them down,
No, but in
it was more
Tombstone,
just the
that scene,
clans.
I'm coming, hell's coming, and then it
Right.
goes into like the montage. You're
Right.
just like, dude, this got like way 80s Hollywood, like went, but yeah, Wyatt Earp, yes, it is. He tries to make it kind of like an epic. I get it, but
And the other thing that and going back to Michael Madsen, because we haven't even talked about him in this,
Right.
is the fact that he had signed on for this movie, but Quentin Tarantino had asked him to be Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction.
oh shit.
And all he would have to do was miss a little bit of rehearsal time for Wyatt Earp so he could do Pulp Fiction, and the producer said no.
Right. But
That's what bad.
who plays a better Virgil?
I didn't know that. What?
Who plays a better Virgil? Sam Elliott or Mike Madsen?
That's not even fair. We can't even say that. Come on, dude.
I actually think Madsen plays a better Virgil.
Oh, jeez. That's kind of blasphemous, dude. We can't even say that. It's like I said, it's two different movies.
Dude, when you look at the way Madsen like deals with his wife and then deals with Kevin Costner as Wyatt Earp,
yeah.
he's so good at it. Like, because
Yeah.
you know how he's very dismissive at the same time
Yeah.
he's on the same side, but then he knows really
He's wise to the world,
right. He actually
basically.
knows what he has to do, right? He knows that you gotta like listen to your wife, but at the same time you gotta listen to your brother. And he's like kind
Yeah.
of the middleman. Like he does it way better than Sam Elliott. Sam
Oh,
Elliott's a great
yeah.
actor. Don't be wrong. No disrespect to Sam Elliott, but I think Madsen plays a better Virgil.
But again, this is a more detailed, longer.
Right.
It's not a popcorn movie. Tombstone, I love Tombstone, but it's like, hey, this is for entertainment. Wyatt Earp is like they try. I don't know if they succeed very well at. Okay,
The
it's gonna be more.
storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
trust
thing
me,
for
I
me.
like Tombstone better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tombstone's
that's the thing. It's like for a 3 hour long movie, is it was they didn't really flesh out as much as they needed to, and the acting. I mean, the only thing was like the wives. That was good because you got more of the wives.
Yeah,
They had the more accurate having more the brothers, because you had the
well,
other.
and the mistress, right? That
yeah.
I think that was way better done in Wyatt Earp than Tombstone.
No, kind of. I mean, it was the same. I mean, Maddie was doing a bunch of drugs and stuff,
No,
and
no, but the way that they met and they were like in the relationship, because in Tombstone they didn't really like
yeah, because you weren't in Dodge City,
right.
you kind of went by that part.
But they also didn't like it. What they didn't have a lot of the like confrontation between Maddie and the mistress like they did in Wyatt Earp.
Well, like
Because
I think though
they wouldn't stay in the same hotel and
I think though the whole dynamic with his life partner that he got later was better in Tombstone. I thought that's those scenes were better, like depicting their relationship.
but I'm just saying I don't think it depicted as well as how angry Maddie was about it, which is why she probably started using the
Yeah. Morphine.
whatever they call that, the morphine, right?
They should drinking morphine.
Right. Well, no, Big Nose Kate is hardly in Wyatt Earp.
Right. Well, and you gotta admit that nobody plays Doc Holliday better than Val
No,
Kilmer,
but see, that's why it's so hard to watch.
right?
Is it's like, come on, dude.
Because
Like,
if you've seen Tombstone and then you watch that,
we're
you're
not
like,
even
"That's not Doc
debating who's
Holliday.
a better
That's not
Doc
Doc
Holliday
Holliday."
or Virgil. Like that's just
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like Dennis Quaid played it like there was no like badassery with
Right?
Dennis.
No, not at all.
It was just like I'm sick.
Right. Where Val Kilmer was like, I'm the
I'm in
baddest
my
of the
prime.
bunch. Yeah,
I'm in my
I'm in my prime.
Right. And he egged people on
Right.
and
Mhm.
Yeah.
well they didn't even see that was where like you were talking about accuracy of the no, but the tombstone was more accurate because Val what or the Doc Holliday
Right.
was the instigator, really.
But like I said, in Wyatt Earp, I think number one, Madsen played a better Virgil. I also think, and I don't remember his name, played a better
Lyndon Ashby.
brother.
Lyndon Ashby, yeah.
Yeah, I think he played a better of the younger brother, Morgan. So I think the brothers actually were better in Wyatt Earp.
Well, and then they had the other two brothers that
Right.
they didn't have in Tombstone.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good movie. Like it's worth. It, I know it's worth 3.5 hours, but
Well, I'm just telling you, I think it wasn't worth it for the fact that Michael Madsen could have won an Academy Award if he
yeah.
was able to be in Pulp Fiction.
Well, and I think you said it the best earlier, which was they could have cut out a full hour in the at the beginning of the movie and shortened that and made it a 2 hour and 20 minute movie. Because
Wow.
all that stuff they did in the first hour could have been done in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Well, the whole Mastersons with him, that whole like that whole part was like, okay,
It's just a
you did all
waste.
that just to get to the point where, oh yeah, Wyatt was right about how
Right.
to deal with the.
Yeah, that the whole first, yeah, that was a bunch of waste of time. So, still a good movie. It's worth the watch. Um, you can't ever, I mean, you can, but Kevin Costner does well. He does a good job.
Postman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Robin Hood, come
He
on, dude.
tried. He tried. You know what changed his career was Tin Cup.
Tin Cup.
It is because everyone's like he's too serious. He's too serious. He's like loosen up a little bit. That's what
Right.
changed his career.
I love Tin Cup. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it literally changed his career.
Well,
Maybe we'll be doing Kevin Costner soon.
I was gonna say I forgot about this. So, Gangster Squad. You know what it is, really? It's the Untouchables.
Right.
Yeah,
It's basically the same movie.
Right.
You have the gangster, the gangster. You have the nerdy one that figures out the way to beat the gangster and gets killed. You have the veteran older guy who gets killed. I mean,
I mean, it's pretty close. It's real close. Except what, 30 years earlier?
yeah.
Isn't Untouchables in the 20s,
when
30s?
Capone between Capone and Cohen.
I thought Capone's in the 20s, right? 20s, 30s?
Yeah, he'd be Prohibition.
Right. Because Gangster Squad's 50s, 60s, or no, 50s.
25 to 31. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's about 20,
or
30
like
years earlier.
late 20s.
Well, either way, Wes, I know you keep picking the long movies, but Wyatt Earp, this is a good movie.
Well, I'm glad you picked it because that was one I was like I kind of wanted to see again.
Right.
And I put it as one of the like I listed a bunch of movies for you guys to pick from, and then I'm
Well,
surprised no one wanted to do Free Willy.
We're gonna have Madsen riding Willie over the
Well, I
jetty.
guess that was yeah, I'm bad about this, but I haven't seen Free Willy, but he has a huge part in that movie.
Yeah. You haven't seen Free Willy? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Free Willy.
I've seen him. I saw him at the
Well,
aquarium.
I'll tell you, there's
He's
61 movies that I can watch within a minute. So I might have to watch a few more just to solidify it before we let him rest
Should
in peace.
watch Money for Nothing.
Yeah. There was one weird one about, I don't know. It seemed like one of those like highway murder movies. I was looking at it. I was like, maybe I should watch this one because he was the star. Like he was like the number one.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna have to check that out. But all right, so let's just wrap it up here. So Madsen movies we watched. We had Donnie Brasco, we had Species, we had Wyatt Earp.
yeah, we reviewed a lot of movies today.
All three worth watching though. All three of those were good. And then Sean Penn movies, we did Colors, Carlito's Way, and Gangster Squad. So check those out. Good movies. I think these were six good movies that we reviewed, to be honest. I didn't mind any of them. I thought they were all good.
They're all a
All
little
right.
different, which is good.
Yeah. And so we'll come back with three new movies next week and get back into fantasy football. We'll do running backs next week. So moving quarterbacks to running backs might be a different conversation because running backs are a little bit higher on the group, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.